You are asking me that you felt in a moment as if time has stopped. Those moments are great, tremendously great, when you experience time has stopped. Time is always present, never past, never future. Things go on passing, disappearing, new things go on coming, but time itself is only a dimension of space, absolutely static. So when time stops for you, it is not time that stops. What stops is your mind. Your mind is in a constant flux. So many thoughts, so many ideas, so many imaginations and dreams and projections, they all have stopped. Because your mind stops, suddenly you realize time has stopped. But in fact, the stopping of the mind only reveals you the reality of time. It is never moving. It is unmoving. It is just here. It is just now. It has never changed and it will never change. Everything in it changes. But it itself remains absolutely unchanging. The moment your mind stops moving, suddenly you realize that time has stopped. So it is significant to understand that it is your mind that has stopped, not the time. J. Krishnamurti used to say again and again that mind is time. A strange statement, particularly for those who do not understand the state of no mind. Because when the mind disappears, time also disappears. The time that you used to think as a flux, a stopping of the mind is a revelation which appears to you as a stopping of the time. But as you will grow more and more meditative, and your mind will become more and more silent, you will become aware that as your silence, your peace, your mindlessness is growing, time is disappearing. When the mind is absolutely still, there is no time. That means there is nothing which you can think as changing. Nothing visible that you can conceive as time. Hence the ancient-most treatise on meditation says that those moments when time stops are the moments when you experience meditation. And those are the moments which have given an inclination, a vision, a glimpse of something beyond the mind. Looking at a sunset, you are so absorbed that the mind stops at the beauty of the sunset. Suddenly there is no time. Time is a reflection of your mind. You can watch it in many ways. When you are miserable, time passes very slowly. It's strange why the time should pass so slowly. And when you are happy and joyous, time passes fast. Pain seems to make time longer. Time seems to be something like elastic and very cunning. When you are in pain, it goes on stretching longer and longer. And when you are blissful and happy, the moment you realize you are blissful, it is gone. But this happens not because of time, this happens because of the mind. When the mind is feeling blissful, time stops. And because time stops, you cannot count how many minutes, how many hours, how many days. But when you are in misery, your mind is running, so many thoughts, so many worries, so many anguishes. Time becomes very long. In a certain way, this means miserable people live longer lives. Happy people die soon. Meditation is the way to stop the very idea of a time as flux. Meditation is a total stillness. Nothing moves. That's why you felt for a moment time has stopped. It was just something else that has stopped. It was your mind. But this is our way of looking at things. You don't know even your face unless you look it in a mirror. When you see that time has stopped, watch immediately what is happening within you. Has the mind stopped? I am giving you a clue. Whenever time stops, immediately find your mind has stopped. In fact, the mind stops first, then only you discover that time has stopped. Now you have a key in your hands. Let your mind stop completely, and time stops completely. you start living in a timelessness. For example, I don't know what day today is. When Ananda comes or Milan comes for some signature for me, they immediately tell me the date. Because I don't know what date it is, what purpose I have to do with date. I use my watch only when I come to talk to you, because I am afraid I may continue for eternity. The whole day I don't look at the watch. I don't know exactly. In the morning when I wake up, it often happens that I forget whether it is morning, because I have cut every day into 2 days. In the afternoon I sleep for 3 hours. So when I wake up, again the problem arises. It is morning or it is afternoon. From my inside, no answer comes. For almost 35 years, I have lived in absolute timelessness. I don't know when the new year begins and ends. To me, the day my ego disappeared, my mind became silent. The whole existence has become silent and still, unmoving. And you are saying, Prem Sono, at the same time, it seems like a lifetime and leaves me feeling like a small child. There are 2 things to be remembered about the experience of being a child. One is childlike, which is immensely beautiful. Jesus says, unless you are born again, just like a child. But remember, he is not saying exactly the child, but just like a child. Something similar to the child consciousness, but that does not mean that you are as ignorant as a child. You are just innocent as a child, but not ignorant as a child. So childhood has 2 dimensions. One is ignorance, one is innocence. Both are mixed. But we have to make a clear-cut division. And we have 2 different words. When we say you should be born like a child, it is one thing. And when we want to condemn somebody, then we say, don't behave in a childish way. That childish way is not the way just like a child. That childish way takes only the ignorant part of the child. And just like a child takes only the innocent part of the child. So we are dividing the child into two different dimensions. Always remember, because one can forget, listening again and again, be like a child, you may start being childish. That is not the meaning. The little boy was putting his shoes on by himself for the first time, but he put his right shoe on his left foot and vice versa. When he had finished, he ran to his mother. "Look, Mummy," he said proudly, "I put them on all by myself." "That's very good," said his mother, "but I'm afraid you have put them on the wrong feet." The little boy looked down and then said confidently, "No, Mummy, these are definitely my feet."